What's up? This is Patrick again. I'm talking today about grading, and grading kind of pisses me off. So this is gonna sound a little bit, you know, complainy, I guess, because it sucks. The whole scene, it sucks. I mean, people want the graded product, and that's the reality. There's a massive demand for it, and I'm not gonna argue with that. But the PSA versus CGC versus tag versus BGS, the overall corruption that's going on in the market, and I think there's a lot of people with a lot of skin in the game, myself included. Little background of myself: I've been a Pokemon kid my whole life. My brother and I played competitively growing up. We kept a lot of cards, so we have a store that we've opened largely on the back of what we had as kids. So we don't have a ton of the highest condition stuff from when we were younger, but we've been growing our business, shamangames.ca, and we've done all right so far. We got lots more coming, lots of upgrades and products we're looking to roll out, but that's not what we're talking about today. The first and foremost, what I need to complain about is PSA. The fact that they are the king of the castle, it doesn't bother me. There's always going to be somebody that's the biggest, and the fact that it's not a complete monopoly is a good thing. Them buying out BGS is one thing. The fact that they can just exist as this complete whale that has this buyback program that is the beyond scummiest thing I've ever seen. They've been caught, breaking slabs and regrading them themselves to make extra money. Stuff like that just really, grinds my gears. If you can be the ones to decide the quality of a card, and there's countless YouTube videos of people going back and forth of, a CGC 8, a CGC going to be a PSA 6, or that same CGC 8 could be a PSA 10, or vice versa, going to any other grading thing. The inconsistency is unbelievable. People argue for tag that's got AI and whatever, but there's obviously, in those same types of videos, you're seeing this issues of inconsistency with tag. On top of that, it's a frustrating space to be in, as I consider myself a collector first, and somebody that enjoys the business side, but it's just frustrating. The PSA being able to control the sale of stuff and drive up the price of things is absolutely diabolical. Like, if you look at the Goblin has a phenomenal video on this of the GameStop power packs, and the company that's determining the value of cards is basically speculating on the future value of a card to say that your slab's worth this amount because there's only a population of whatever, because we graded this in the case of the Goblin video, the Cyndaquil. Congratulations, you got yourself a pop 1 Cyndaquil, because nobody else bothered to do the rush grading. The rush grading, because you're the company that does it, so you can get the thing graded and out the door in 2 seconds, and then decide it's worth $400 because you're the only one with a Cyndaquil. Yeah, real classy, guys. I think that this needs to be investigated. I think the fact that the U.S. has a system right now that legalizes crime and legalizes these scams of this sort, I think that there will be a point in time, and this is an incredibly hot take, I'm sure, that the PSA market as a whole will see a massive downturn. I'm not going to call it a crash, but a downturn when this gets investigated. There will be a point in time when the Security and Exchange Commission gets involved in the US, because PSA is doing the highest degree of corruption. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. The fact that this is going to become bigger and bigger, which I do believe Pokemon's not going anywhere. I'm not saying that PSA long term is going to disappear or anything like that. If anything, it'll become more monopolized. But the PSA being able to determine the price of random cards, being able to offer you a buyback on the basis of a card that they've determined the value of, or the secondary party that they're in charge of backing, it's disgusting. And so my main issue comes with PSA. Of course, I'm a business. I grade with PSA. I'm a hypocrite beyond hypocrites, because at the end of the day, if I'm sending my card in, I'm trying to make the most amount of money possible on that card. If I send it in to PSA, I, from experience, can put a PSA slab in a display at a show, and it's going to go quicker than the same card in a CGC slab right next to it. It's the reality of the situation. Same goes for tag. I like the tag slabs as a collector. I think they're a better, higher quality slab. I like the way they look. I hope to be able to justify grading with tag long term, but for the time being, I got to do what's going to make the money, and that's the sad reality of the situation. On the CGC front, I've said in my only other video right now that CGC, I'll buy the CGC 9s. I think I use the CGC 9s as a phenomenal buying opportunity, because the only reason somebody sent a card to CGC in the first place is because they believed it could get a pristine 10. So if you buy a modern CGC 9, it goes for effectively raw value, but you're getting a high-end near mint. Realistically, you're getting a card that is in good condition. There are some exceptions to CGC. I've seen some brutal CGC 9s that realistically might have been a 6 in a PSA, but that's the discrepancy you're going to see across any grading company. I hope to see some change. I hope to see tag, as somebody north of the border. Tag has a lot of presence in Canada, and I really do hope that they continue to grow and figure out some of the logistics and inconsistencies that they've been reported to have. I also think that if they can get to the universal AI reporting, that'll be a huge step. Like the fact that you're paying for it separately right now in one of your main selling points, I think is going to hold them back. In my opinion, I'm not, a big corporate guy that understands all the inner workings. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I just don't see people really paying for the extra AI, understanding and whatever else, or analytics. But I do see the value. I do see what they're trying to do, and I think that they'll be around long term. But whatever can take PSA and turn it into a fair oligopoly, hopefully, instead of this gross monopoly of we get to decide the value of everything. We get to crack your slabs once you sell it back to us. Like, people really think that was an oopsies. We really genuinely think they, one time with the Pikachu Zekroms PSA 9s, we accidentally messed it up that one time, but we've never done this before? Really? You're not greedy at all? You've never done this 100 times? I don't see anyone talking about this stuff. I think people are just so, scared, maybe. They have bigger presence. They can, get wrecked or whatever with a lawsuit or something like that. I somehow doubt they're coming after my 2 subscriber channel. I'm feeling pretty good about my odds here. So, I'll talk for now. Maybe I'll disappear. That's really it. I value my life. I have no ill intent toward my own well-being. So, thanks for tuning in. There'll be more of me in this style of video, just yapping, as I do so well. And I look forward to hearing your guys' thoughts. So let me know in the comments below, and subscribe. Talk to you later. Peace.